you know the biggest waterfall inside a US city isn't in New York, LA, or even Chicago, but right here in little-known Spokane, Washington? Imagine going shopping in downtown, and a block later, you're staring at this monster of a river dropping off of a cliff. We're talking a loud, powerful waterfall that completely drowns out the city noise. Spokane Falls is where nature flexes right in the middle of downtown. Water crashes over ancient basalt, sending mist drifting across walkways. You can ride a gondola over the water, stand on bridges that shake with the force beneath you, and walk along paths that get you just close enough to feel daring but not dangerous. But here's what most people miss. There's a hidden spot that shows the falls from a perspective almost no one takes advantage of, and most visitors walk right past it without knowing. Stick around to see where it is. Hey there! Today I'm headed 4.5 hours east along the I-90 to Spokane, Washington to see the US's biggest urban waterfall. It's a long drive for sure. It stretches across most of Washington state, but this highway is one of those classic Pacific Northwest routes where the scenery changes every hour. Mountain passes, pine forests, wide open hills, and little dusty towns. And of course, we'll make a few stops along the way. But Spokane won't just be about the waterfall. I'll also be spending time at the historic Spokane Club inside the elegant Gregorian Room for a Heroes Gala honoring veterans on their special holiday. It's one of those events that blend gratitude, fundraising, and community all under one beautifully lit ceiling. Before we leave the city, we'll head downtown to check out Spokane Falls and see why it's considered such a powerful centerpiece of the area. So buckle up, because the road trip starts now. After making it past the most treacherous part of the drive over Snoqualmie Pass, I feel like we've earned a reward. If you've ever driven on this stretch of the I-90, you know exactly what I mean. Winding mountain curves, sudden fog, and patches of snow even when it's sunny everywhere else. It's the kind of drive that keeps you alert whether or not you want to be. All the semis struggling up and down the pass make it that much more complicated. So we're here in Cle Elum, the first real town after you finish the pass. Today, the town is covered in American flags because it's Veterans Day. The whole place feels extra warm and welcoming. Right now, I'm headed to Cle Elum Bakery, which I've heard is the oldest operating bakery in Washington State. It's one of those places that show up on every must-stop list. The funny thing is, I've never actually managed to visit when they're open. Not once. Every single time I come through Cle Elum, it's closed. I'm at a point where I'm starting to question whether it's secretly just a myth. But today feels promising. It's a Tuesday, it's before noon, and honestly, what bakery isn't open on a Tuesday morning? So I'm feeling optimistic. Maybe this is finally the day. I can see it coming up on the left-hand side. I don't think you can see it on the dash cam though. Oh no! I think it's closed again, guys. Well, luckily Cle Elum has another option, and honestly, it might be even better. A spot that's quickly becoming a road trip favorite of mine, and as an added bonus, it's owned by Filipinos with Filipino-inspired pastries and breakfast bowls. I always love seeing Filipinos succeeding in a competitive market in the middle of nowhere. Let's go. So this alternative but better place is called Wild Flora Bakery. I ordered the Autumn Special, which is a campfire latte. I stopped here for a treat, but also I stopped because I needed to clean up after my Roxy. She's 17 and a half now. And no matter how much you plan ahead, as in, I walked her this morning and I gave her additional breaks before we left the city. But somehow, within an hour of the drive, she decides she has to poop again, and this time inside the truck. and she even sat on it in her weird way to hide it from me. I know all too well she's getting older, but I tried everything to alleviate this issue. It's been an issue for a while now, even therapeutics and habit changes. Yet, after all that, it's still a problem. We have over 3 hours left in the drive and it stinks in the truck. I can't open the windows too much because it's cold. I guess I did my best and we have to keep pushing forward. We're still in farm country. We just got out of the fog and miraculously it's sunny again. How beautiful is this? That was kind of weird, but I do kind of like the ever-changing environment when you're on a long road trip. It reminds you that what happens in one place is not the same as what happens in another place. Dog rest stop. It's a nice view though. So I am entering the Spokane city limits. I probably entered it quite a while ago, but look, it's foggy again and it's very thick. The lights are on. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's amazing how you can go from super sunny to fog to sunny to now fog darkness, I suppose. But we are almost there. I am super tired. I want to get some rest before I go to my event tonight. Hopefully all of this clears up by tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be exploring Spokane and going to the largest urban waterfall in the country. We'll see what happens. I made it to the Spokane Club for my gala, only to find myself in the bathroom admiring the wallpaper and chandelier. Is this a damask pattern? I'd love to have this in my home. Wow! Despite being an old building, it's these intricate details that give it the timeless classic look, even in this room. Food was actually surprisingly good for this evening's event. For dinner, I chose the medium well steak, which sits on top of polenta and a bed of vegetables and is dressed with sauce. Somehow, I also got a plate of lemon garlic chicken. The greens had slices of apple and nuts, which made it palatable. And dessert was a tuxedo cake, which tasted better than it looked.
We'll go 3,000 to be 3. We'll go 3,000 to be $1,000. We'll go 1,000 to be 1. 1,000 to be 12 and a half. Down 12 and a half. Now 1,500 to be 1,500 to be coming 1,500. 1,500 to be 1750. Now 2,000 to be 2. Now 22 and a half. Now 20 to be 7 and a half. Now 3,000 to be 250. 3,000 to be 2 and a half. 3,000 to be 3,200. 3,000 is bid. Now 3,250. 3,000 to be 2 and a half. 3,000 to be 2 and a half. 32 and a half. Now 30,000 to be 35. 35 to be 35. The Caribbean is calling your name. 35 to be 35.
Tonight, we're here to celebrate the men and women who've worn the uniform and the families who've stood beside them. The Heroes Gala isn't just a formal event in a fancy venue, eating fancy food, or even a night of speeches. It's a reminder that behind every veteran is a story of sacrifice, resilience, and service that doesn't end when they come home. Tonight was more than just applause. It was also about raising funds for the programs that actually make a difference. These are lifelines that help veterans and their families rebuild, recover, and thrive long after their service is over. So, as the room fills with gratitude, generosity, and purpose, we came together for one goal: to give back to those who gave so much for us. Hey there! Quick interruption to say thanks a bunch for choosing to watch my video. You're awesome! I'm Sherry, and I've been wandering the world since 2010, turning my travel site, Colorful Footsteps, into a brand new YouTube channel. Here, it's all about superlative trips, eats, and stays. If you're enjoying this video or found it helpful, please leave a like or a comment, and maybe you'll even subscribe someday. See you again, okay? Now back to the video. As for our secret viewing spot, we start off here on the Centennial Trail overlooking the lower falls. Spokane Falls is not a tall waterfall, but rather it's separated into two tiers. Most people view the bigger lower falls area, and so will we. Right now, Roxy and I are under the Monroe Street Bridge on the Centennial Trail. There's a path leading downwards off of the main trail to this viewpoint, which most people miss. It gives you a heads-on perspective of the lower falls. Several parks sit along the edges of Spokane Falls, where the river rushes through the center of the city. The Spokane skyline rises just beyond the bridges, giving the whole area a blend of nature and urban energy. As you walk the paths, you can hear the falls echoing between the buildings, while the parks are home to calm viewpoints and wide open spaces. From a lookout area above Spokane Falls, lower falls, you can spot bits of trash that have been tossed or perhaps blown over. Luckily, most of it gets caught in the thick vegetation before it reaches the water. I'd like to believe that a lot of these drops are accidental, but it is a city, and this is the kind of thing that happens when so many people pass through it every day.
Roxy!
I have a confession. I've developed a fear of heights as I gotten older, and I'm having a hard time getting myself onto that gondola so that I can show you the falls from above.
That's where we need to go. There's nobody inside. Actually two people inside that one. My biggest fear is I'm going to be the only one in it. I don't want to be. They're like moving on their own. That most of them are empty, so it's likely I'm gonna be there by myself. And they're literally just hanging there. They said it's 15 minutes. I mean, should I do it? I'm getting kind of nervous. This is it right here. Here's one on its way up. Oh, they go in batches of 3s. This one has a batch of 2. The things I do for this channel. Oh,
Please go to the middle one.
okay. Uh-huh.
Show you why.
She said, enjoy my ride. Wait, is this going, what direction is this going? I think I'm going the opposite direction. I am so scared. Oh, what the frick was that? Okay. I should be enjoying this, but I'm like, okay. It's going.
Heo putisin kasihu putisin quali putislichlacht. Welcome, tribes and relations, all of our community members and visitors to Spokane. We call it Skhet, place of fast-moving water in our Spokane Salish. My name is Margot Hill, and I'm a Spokane tribal citizen, and I am happy to take you on this tour today. Welcome to the Numerica Skyride at Riverfront. For nearly half a century, Spokane's visitors and natives have enjoyed this 15 to 20-minute round-trip ride over Spokane Falls Dam and 200-foot descent into the Spokane River Gorge. The Skyride was installed for the 1974 Spokane Expo, which hosted 5.2 million visitors from all over the world. The Numerica Skyride has been named one of the top 12 scenic cable rides in the world by both Condé Nast Traveler magazine and the Daily Traveler. Directly below us is Avista Corporation's Huntington Park.
Speaking of Huntington Park, I tried to walk down there before I went on the ride, but there was a barricade with a sign that said, "Area closed for the season." Is this normal? I came here in early November. I was a bit disappointed because I think the park is the closest you can get to the falls. Does anybody know why they would even close this area? Meanwhile, inside the gondola, I'm holding on to life with one hand while pointing the camera downwards with the other hand, as I focus on looking forward and up. Hopefully y'all are getting some good views nonetheless, because apparently, according to Condé Nast, this ride is legit.
As we make the turn, we will pass under the Monroe Street Bridge, the third bridge by that name built on this spot. Spokane is a city of bridges. There are 23 bridges across the Spokane and Little Spokane Rivers and Latah Creek, all within the metro area. 9 are within Riverfront Park.
Okay, I'm having a little bit of courage to look down, and it's looking very pretty. I bet you can even put your hand out of the gondola and feel the spray of the water. I'm not going to do it though.
What a beautiful fall day though in Spokane, Washington.
The Spokane River Gorge that begins at the falls continues in beautiful panoramas for 80 miles to the west, where it empties into the Great Columbia River. Above the northern gorge rim, toward the west, is the Spokane's newest restaurant, theater, and shopping venues known as Kendall Yards. stretching from Riverfront Park to the west along Kendall Yards, across the Sandifer pedestrian bridge, and back east through Peaceful Valley is the nearly completed Great Gorge Loop Trail for walkers, joggers, and bicycles. The trail offers day and lighted night strolls along the gorge with beautiful scenery right here in the middle of the city.
I hope you appreciate my shaky videography because it took a lot out of me to even get any of it for the video. But I was able to at least look down and around for you. That's an improvement just within the last few minutes. So we're headed back to the starting point. It was just a short loop over the lower falls. I paid $13.95 for the ride as an adult. So it comes out to about $1 a minute, and you can be sure I'm making the most of it as best as I can. Pets aren't allowed in the gondolas, so Roxy is in the truck, probably asleep. Did you know old dogs can sleep for like 20 plus hours a day? At least mine does. Before we dock, here's our narrator one last time.
As the Sky Ride returns to the starting point of the ride, this is a good opportunity to view some of the attractions of the newly renovated 100-acre riverfront Spokane, a central feature of the downtown and the focus of many annual celebrations like Hoop Fest, the Bloomsday Run, and the Gathering at the Falls Powwow, where over 200 Northwest Native American Indian tribes gather to celebrate their collective and individual heritages and futures. We hope you have enjoyed the Sky Ride over the Skahet, the falls. On behalf of Riverfront Spokane, we'd like to thank you for visiting. Ches Chochot. Have a great day. Lemlem Shpetzia She'uhoi. Thank you all.
Oh my god, it's moving so much. We're gonna disembark, thank God. It's not that bad, but I thank God, right? Thank God.
I know I seem overdramatic, but unless you have a fear of heights, you will never understand. It's just weird that I don't have a fear of flying on planes though.
Oh, it opens by itself. Oh.